The golden rule for all the teachers for assessing the student is objectivity. I can give you this example. The year I started teaching, uh, there was a student who was not regular with class, but perhaps the student was informed about the assignment. So the assignment was submitted on time, and I took the assignments to my home and I checked them objectively. I usually don't give very high marks, but that assignment was wonderful enough for me to give highest marking for that assignment. So I announced the marks. So after the class, a student approached me that why did you give highest marks to a student who doesn't even come to college? So the simple answer to that was again objectivity. If he doesn't come to college, for that uh, he would suffer his final appearance in the jury. Perhaps the student will not be eligible for the jury. But my job is to assess that particular assignment that student submitted on time. So that I ensure that that there shouldn't be no bias for the student. That I would not be extra lenient for a student who is regular to class, or I'll be extra strict to a student who doesn't come to class, because both of these are biases. And to and to and not to indulge into these biases is that you stick to your objectivity. If I detect that there is a plagiarism involved in it, see why it's so easily identifiable that students don't even do hard work even in cheating. So they go on Google, search, they pick up answer from very first and second link, assuming the teacher don't study. We know, and there are various other methods to detect plagiarism. The simple answer is that you can give a redo to a student, but more important is to instill this idea that perhaps you may save your neck in one or two assignments, but throughout your life you will be faced with this challenge of creating something of your own. Getting an inspiration from a one source is a one thing, but copying something in its entirety must be discouraged among the students, because in this college you are supposed to be creative. And go and search in the professional world that those who plagiarize, those who copy others' work, they are not seen with respect. And there are several examples in the music world, in the art world, or in the world of fashion, that those who were the copycats, people make fun of them, and they don't earn the respect of the people. We do the both jobs at the same time. Uh, as far as the role of teacher is concerned, the basic duty is to complete the syllabus, and student must be informed properly about all the topics covered. But that's not the purpose of education. Education also instills values and ideas among the students, and that in a way prepares them for a life. So at that time, you are in a way mentoring them, and what you say to students in class, the students would want to see that conduct in their teachers also. That's how we inspire them. So teacher and mentor influence their student largely by their conduct, and in addition what they discuss in class.
और सर कभी कभी ऐसे भी हो जाती है कि कुछ टॉपिक्स आप पढ़ा रहे हो एंड उससे बियॉन्ड भी कुछ क्वेश्चंस आ जाते हैं और आपको ये लगती है कि मुझे वो भी समझाना जरूरी है, तब आप उस पर कैसे रिएक्ट करते हैं?
नहीं, every knowledge in the world is interconnected. You must realize what lies in the scope of your study. A teacher should know how much a student should be encouraged to learn, because learning is a lifelong process. Teacher can make this assessment in class whether what limit he should set while discussing a topic, or what piece of information is useful for you at this stage of life. So that's a decision any teacher can make based on the composition of his class. Perhaps the institutions have come up with a system where we don't have to deal with these issues. I'm never in possession of the personal information of the students. All I get is their attendance sheet, in which their department, their roll number are mentioned. But After marking them for the assignment, we duly submit it to the administration. We don't keep any information with ourselves. And I encourage a lot of conversation in class which happens in public, in full glare among everyone. It rarely happens that the students get a chance or we get a chance to interact with them off the class. Very rarely it happens. And even then, even if they want to discuss anything outside the class, it's largely regarding to their assignments or studies or any topic or the way you are discussing with me. I don't think so. There is any transfer of information between teacher and student of a personal nature.